We are now getting into the nitty-gritty of so many things, but I want to break something down for you. I have been doing a lot of work preparing for just about 3 books, one in fiber and health, one in how bad food affects blood sugar level, and then the third book concerns gut health. But what I'm seeing in a lot of studies that I've gone through, more than 1,000 studies, and some of them are really very good in standard in measuring the progress and testing a number of issues to determine the impact on health. But in recent times, I've also been seeing that we are getting so much easy way out in terms of what we prefer or what we see in the internet and other media, promising that just one thing you can take, one meal you can take, one juice you can take, that in 7 days your flat belly will be gone and that your body fat will be gone. Now, frankly speaking, I do not pass judgment, but I try to go through lots and lots of research to see where those things have been established. But I could not in terms of the proposals being made, but the claim that you don't need to change your diet, you don't need to engage in exercises. One of the prominent ones actually garnered more than 32 million views. And when I added a whole lot of them together, they came to about 500 million views, which means more than 500 million people have seen it all over the world. That's what really got my interest. If more than 500 million people have seen it, then it must be things that work. We must always make sure that anything that we are claiming to have done in terms of health must be something that has been shown and proven in studies. That is really the key. You do not take anything that had not been proven. So, is it possible that in 7 days you can lose belly fat? Yes and no, depending whether you are ready to do what it takes to do it. In effect, number one, there is no juice you will take that will clear your belly fat in 7 days without any other action. There is no exercise that you do will flatten your belly in 7 days and your body fat in 7 days, except you are willing to do other things that are connected to it. Number one, the food you eat that give rise to your being fat, belly fat, or give rise to body fat must be removed from your meal in order that the source of those inflow of glucose into your system will be minimized. So that is number one. Number two, the type of food that actually impacts on your stress level, impacts on your digestive level, impact on your gut. In fact, also impacts on your mouth. They have to be considered. So you have to remove so many things in order to reach where then you start eating the type of things that will enable your body to then release that fat. And know that sometimes it takes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years to build enormous body fat in your cells. Those cells are not going to release those fats if you do not remove the things that are the source of those sugar level that down build into fat. So key is that you must remove those foods, those drinks that do that. And in removing them, they will not even stop, because the process requires that your body uses sugar as source of energy. And when you flip this sugar into using fat, then that is when the actual miracle happens, but not before. So what do you do in such a situation? For example, starting with your mouth contains more than 20 billion of bacteria. If you are eating things that do not supply the good bacteria in your mouth, what will happen is that you're going to have gum problems, you're going to have teeth problems, and you're going to have very bad bacteria flowing into your stomach. Because from 20 billion of bacteria in your mouth, it will increase to 100 billion, because it increases by 100% every 5 hours, about 5 hours. So in a day, you move from 20 to 100. So if you are now eating very bad foods, you will have more bacteria going into your stomach. And when it goes to your stomach, it will now cause another friction, another problem with the bacteria you have in your gut, which is so outrageous in number, bigger than your own normal body cells. So if you do not take action that will now enable all these gut bacteria, all these mouth bacteria, all the stress level in your body, if you do not address what causes it. For example, if you're under pressure, if you're under attack, or feel threatened, even from family members or even from loved ones, your body will almost immediately goes into those mimicking that seems as if something is about to happen to you. In that case, a cocktail of hormones and chemical processes will be released in your body. And when they are released, in this case, it means there will be dilation of your eyes, there will be weakening of your heart. These are things that increases inflammation in your body. Inflammation alone, beyond food, causes your body to even release sugar. In other words, you have to do things that will enable you. What are those things? Number one is that you must eat energy positive foods. You can get these energy positive foods from, number one, from water as one, from turmeric as one, from raw foods. And then, of course, you must eat fiber, high content fiber foods. You can get in beans, you can get in vegetables, you can get in lentil, and also balance it with omega-3 foods that you have, of course, in chia seeds. You also have in flax seeds, or you can even take supplements, which of course I don't always advise. So what will happen is that you must, as you do all this, then you will also apply exercise. Apply breathing to reduce your stress. Apply exercise. Exercise is one of the most powerful things that help you to break your stress level. Because when you do exercise, it triggers other hormones, enabling hormones to your body. So it is not that you cannot lose your belly fat in 7 days. It is that you have to change whatever you are doing that made you to come to that level. And that I will be breaking this down in so many other forms. There are some form of drinks you can take every day to open up your blood veins. Simply speaking, if you take garlic and ginger and drink it every night or even in the morning, it helps to open your blood veins. And then it powers your health, it powers your heart. It also powers your natural gift of manhood. These are things that are very small. There are so many of them. You take just one cocoa powder, put it in warm water and drink it. It helps you to release melatonin. It helps to do so many other things. And the exercise also helps you to release dopamine. So there are so many things that you can do, small things. Even in your mouth, there's one thing you can do that the moment you do it, it helps to clear your mouth, it helps to clear your gum. But I won't put all these things together so much that you will not get exactly, you get confused with what I'm doing, because I'll then break it down later. Your mouth in particular is your window to the world. If you do not take care of it, the kind of odor that will come in from your mouth will not only be offensive to other people, but it will also create imbalance in your gut. So you have to deal with your mouth, you have to deal with your gut, you have to deal with inflammation. So these things are things that are all interconnected. When you deal with them, and remove them as bad foods, and you eat good foods, then it is possible that in 7 days or less or more, you can do that. Equally, the way you eat and the things you eat impact on you. If you are chewing food and you chew food for less than 20, 30, 50, 25 times, now your saliva is supposed to mix with your food. There are so many enzymes in saliva that help the digestive process to start from your mouth. So if you musculate foods very effectively, then it will go through the process of digestion very, very powerfully and very well. The same thing with fiber. If you eat good fiber mixed with your food, it will mean that your digestion will not take place in the small intestine. It will actually go to the larger intestine, the colon, and get the bacteria of the colon to ferment it. And once it's fermented, it produces very powerful fuel for the cells of your body. Equally, if you are eating anything that will not help to protect the wall of your intestine, you are going to have leaky gut. When you have leaky gut, it has more than 100 diseases that can either destroy the person or disable the person in one way or the other. So, in other words, it means that there is no way you can, within 1 day or two, get all these issues resolved by what you eat, by what you drink, without exercises, without changing your diet. All of them will come together. So, one of the fastest ways to do it is also combining your good eating, combining your exercise with intermittent fasting. This is the very most powerful way that you can achieve cutting your belly fat, cutting your body fat in a very short time. We can then, in subsequent videos, show you specifically or precisely how you can do that. Thank you.